I turned 27 today. It is the 20th of February, and I thought today I would share 26 things I learned in my 26th year. Just trying to sort this hair because what is happening? I don't even know. I don't know. I was going to organise these, but actually I feel like a lot of them kind of fall into multiple categories. So I think we're just gonna go for it. And if you're new around here, hi, my name is Lucy Moon. Please subscribe and like the video if you're enjoying it. And let me know the life lesson you learned this year in the comments. If you can hear the wind, I'm really sorry, there is a literal storm outside. Anyway, let's start. You're not going to do it all at once. I'm often guilty of setting myself too large of a mountain to climb all at once. For example, many years in a row, I did a video every single day. I'm going to build the perfect wardrobe. I'm going to have the perfect house. 26 was the year that I learned the value in working towards big goals with small steps, and the value of those steps, even if they felt tiny. Working out has been an example of this. I initially started with 20 minutes twice a week, and I worked my way up, and now I do 30 minutes 3 to 4 times a week. I'm hoping to consistently reach 4 times a week by the end of the year. And yeah, other big life changes and projects can be achieved by taking these really granular small steps. It's a much better way of working, in my opinion. Some realistic planning. It's okay to ask other people for support. I've always been independent and very reluctantly gone to my family and friends for support, but I've learned this year that sometimes you can share things with people and depend on people without burdening them. And it's not going to scare anyone away. Basically, if people volunteer to support you, let them. Stepping back is one of the best ways to gain perspective. When we care about a situation in our lives, it's often because we're really close to it and we're looking at it through a microscope. I took a break from uploading in December to work on my mental health, and actually, weirdly, a side effect of this was by taking a step back, I could look on a more broad scale at what I was doing with a bit of distance and realise what I wanted to do in the future, what I wanted to do more of, what I wanted to do less of. I got a bigger picture. Even without trying, it just gave me much more clarity. And I don't know if I would have been able to see those options and opportunities without taking a step back. Taking a step back and stepping away really helped me gain some perspective. It's okay to not have a really big long-term goal. People always ask me, what will you do when you can't be a creator anymore? I used to try and have an answer to this. Like, for a while I had nothing and it just created fear in me. Then for a while I came up with like a stock answer I could just give everyone, get the question out of the way. And as of this year, I just don't bother answering at all. The people who are asking don't understand my job, they don't understand the industry, and they don't understand social media. And it's not my job to explain all of those things to them. I've been lucky enough to be on this platform for 10 years, and I have seen creators take so many different steps out of the industry and follow completely different career trajectories. I actually don't think I know 2 people who have done the same thing. But right now, this is my job. I'm not going anywhere, and I don't need to justify my job to anyone. I'm not going to wish my career away to please other people. Make your living space work for you. 26 was the year that I really started to appreciate the power of a clean and tidy living space. I'm still not the best at this, I'll be the first to put my hands up and say that, but it really changes my mood and my productivity when my space is clean and tidy. It's like I emotionally engaged with my sim environment bar. You don't need to make a song and dance when a relationship stops serving you. I don't know if you experience this, but I know that like many other people, I found that the pandemic brought into question some of my friendships. My instinct is to sometimes write a big paragraph and detail to someone how they've upset me, how I want to fix things, what's going to happen next. But I've realised that actually often that's not necessary and will cause more hurt and pain for both me and them than it's worth. I might think I'm being the bigger person, but really often it's just to exercise my pettiness. Sometimes a slow distancing is just what everyone needs. If it's not going to affect your life, if you don't really have to see them, slow distance. On this note, you don't have to be friends with everyone. There isn't really much to say about this. If you don't think they're the kind of person you want to be friends with, you don't have to be friends with them. Civility is fine. Be classy with it, but you don't have to be their mate. And on a more positive note, reconnecting with old friends can be just as valuable as making new ones. As friends have graduated and moved to London, I've become much closer with people who I actually didn't really see for a lot of my 20s, and rekindling those friendships has been a blessing. It's been nourishing, it's been enriching, and made me realise that I don't need to go out and try and start from scratch every single time. I can nurture the friendships I already have. This is a big one. Different friends need different things. This year I realised that I'm quite a low maintenance friend. And while for me, I am so happy seeing a friend every 4 to 6 months, having a big old catch up over dinner and then hardly talking until the next time we see each other, There are other people in my life who that does not work for. Some of my friends do need more communication and support, and if I value that relationship being as close as it is, I need to meet them at that level. Adapting to the different needs of people in your life and communicating when you can't meet them is a part of adulthood that I really hadn't expected. But by nurturing those relationships, they grow in depth and trust and open up a whole world of friendship that I don't think I've ever experienced before. It's just opened up a new level that I hadn't expected. Living with your partner is very different to living with your friends. I tried to write something here, but I don't really have anything to say. It's just different. In a relationship, know what you're willing to compromise on and know what is non-negotiable. In any relationship, you'll have things you disagree on or habits that just don't gel, but it's up to you to decide what stuff isn't worth sweating about and what stuff is a deal breaker. Like, a lot of people can live with maybe a difference in interior style or a quirk that's just a little irritating habit they have, but you can live with it. But for some people, one of those things that might not be worth sweating about, for example, their political views, might be something that is a deal breaker to you. And sometimes you might get advice that something that you find absolutely fine is something someone else wouldn't tolerate, and vice versa. You've got to know what your deal breakers are and trust your gut. Appreciate what you have. For a while, I took being a content creator for granted. I think I can admit that now. By the beginning of 26, it had been my everyday for 5 years. I had definitely grown complacent. And in general, I just started to see it like a 9-to-5 job, like something all of my friends were doing. And then I don't really know what happened, but halfway through this year, I listened to a podcast with Patricia Bright, and she started talking a bit more about her journey as being an influencer, and it gave me a kick. It was a wake-up call. This job's amazing. I am blessed to be a creator. People would kill for this job. I need to be more appreciative. It just reignited my gratitude and appreciation for this platform that I have, the fact that I can do this full time and make money and support myself. It's honestly the biggest blessing. And along with the gratitude and the appreciation, the motivation came back as well, and the desire to build this even bigger. Ooh, here's one that's interesting. You won't feel the need to constantly justify your opinion to other people when you're secure in it. There are always people, whether it's online or in real life, that will nitpick at the semantics of something you say. I used to feel this pressure to rebuttal with loads of justifications and explanations, but now I just feel very calm and easy in stepping back. They can go on with their life, not understanding my point of view, and we'll both survive. 98% of the time, it's inconsequential. On this note, not everyone will understand you or make an effort to. You have to make peace with the fact that you're not everyone's cup of tea. And oftentimes they might not even know why they don't like you. And sometimes when people take it further and they start bad-mouthing you to their friends or behind your back, you just have to take a step back and know that it's all being seen through their lens. It's probably got nothing to do with you. It's probably more to do with them and their own insecurities. Plan the big activities ahead of time. I can't tell you how much money I've wasted in my 20s by waiting to book something till the last minute. It's so bad for holidays. Holidays, trips, festivals, I've always waited till the last minute. And this is a year that I stopped that. Maybe it's just me maturing, maybe it's the pandemic, but I've realised booking things in advance has become the sexiest thing to me. Just the idea of being able to take advantage of better choice, better prices, it's just the best thing to do. Life is a work in progress. You're always going to be aiming for something new that you don't already have, even if that's just feeling better, or maybe it's a big life goal. Maybe a career change, a wedding, moving house. This year I learned that the goals are always evolving, so the best thing you can do is try and enjoy the journey. Cheesy, but it's true. The alcohol wasn't making the nights fun. It was actually just the night. From being sober for a while and having done periods of sobriety in the past year, I've had my eyes opened. Let's just say that. If the night is good and filled with good energy and good conversations, you will have a good night no matter what state of intoxication you are in. If it's boring or challenging, it was always going to be boring or challenging. And if it was boring, it was nearly always going to turn into a night I had regrets from trying to overcompensate and drinking way too much. And also in sobriety, I've realised that I actually do a lot of the things that I thought were drunk characteristics sober. Just like weird quirky things like walking home from a night out and stopping to take photos of every little thing I see, or walking down train platforms like I'm on a catwalk, still do that, or listening to emo music on the bus home, still do that. Those are just a bit of me and my personality, and I didn't lose those by quitting drinking. Speaking of which, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can offer help to people as much as you want, but you can't make them take it. Make peace with the fact that you've done all you can do. Don't compare your financial situation to others without knowing the exact numbers. If they're spending wild amounts of money and you think you're on the same income, you're probably not, or they're in masses of debt, or they've got some external support. Health is wealth, and not just in a wellness filtered way. Your eyes, your ears, your skin, your teeth, your overall health and fitness, your liver, these are things that you can't get back when they go. Well, you can get a bit of your liver back, but the others, no. So you should take care of them where you can. Wear SPF, clean your teeth twice a day, and don't rely on 5 hours of sleep for years and years. Embrace the quieter times. This is a recent one for me. It's trying not to let the anxiety creep in when you're in a quieter period of your life. That's mainly for work, but could definitely apply to your social life too. Indulge in the free time, as you don't know when you next might have some. Don't get trapped in an echo chamber. And you do actually have to put in a bit of work to get out of one. You can always learn something from listening to other people and being exposed to new ideas. Tackle the root cause, or it will come back to haunt you. This is pretty self-explanatory. For a lot of people who have trouble with coping mechanisms, there's something deep underneath that they are trying to cope with that is beyond just, oh, I have anxiety. Not to diminish anxiety at all, but it's good to question where those feelings are coming from and how you can tackle the root cause. Because ultimately, you're probably only treating the thing that's doing the most damage right at the time. Often that's a really surface level thing that is impacting your life. The greatest thing you can do is try to tackle the root cause of the self-soothing. You will become who you surround yourself with. It's cliche, but I've noticed it more this year than any other time. If you are surrounding yourself with people who have a very negative outlook on life or are very, very cynical, you will in turn become more pessimistic. When you spend time with a lot of overachievers, you will probably achieve more, but you'll probably also have a fair chunk of anxiety develop as well, and maybe a competitiveness and comparison problem. So in turn, if you surround yourself with more kind, hardworking, and helpful people, you will most likely bring some more of those character traits into your life. And finally, consistency is key. If you get consistent, you will see results. Oh my goodness, that's everything. That's everything! It's only 3:30 and it looks like it's completely dark outside. I'm off to celebrate my birthday now. Thank you so much for watching. I can't believe I'm 27! If you have any advice for a 27-year-old, please let me know. Also, can I just say, I have the cappuccino. I also have this blueberry and ginger kombucha. I'm having a good day of drinks. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and hit subscribe if you're new, and there is also the option to join and become a member of the Moonkind Community. I would love it if you joined. If you've watched to this part of the video, then the Moonkind Community might be your thing. And I am so excited to spend my 27th year on this planet with you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video as a big old 27-year-old.